are in quarantine. Let's get the very latest now and bring in Getla Mahlabe. He's covering the story for us. Hey Getla, very good morning to you. What's the latest there?
Good morning to you, Blaine. Yes, we are in Alexandra, north of Johannesburg, and of course, this is where developing story has been taking place since perhaps day before yesterday, when that confirmed case was announced, and we understand that yes, those 9 people are still under quarantine. But again, Blaine, you cannot talk about Alexandra and leave out hostels, because this is where congestion is as well. So as far as some of the residents that are actually here, we understand that they also have these concerns of congestion, concerns that they might not be able to actually observe the social distancing. But let's bring one of the residents here to just get an idea of how the picture looks like at this Helen Joseph Women's Hostel. Mama re lebogana kwa gago nke re tlhalosetse gore maemo a ditaba ke a mafe ka mo gare ga hostel e.
Nna ke Louisa Tlhapane ke le Louisa Tlhapane ke ntse ka mo for 30 years and se se tlhagang ka mo ke dikgakgamatso re thomo bona ntwe e tlhagang ka mo. And then re le modima overpopulation e leng ka mo e leng gore re tlhakane ga re ga go tlhakane sepe se se tlang se tla straight ditirelo ga di ka tshwanno ditirelo di tla di kubiwa ga go irwe sepe se se lokileng ka mo kileng ra fielwa mo e rileng ge re swelwa gona no re mo mafifing re nna mo di draining tse di blockileng ge go blockologa ba batla gore go blockolwe ba batla gore go nne bona ba leng ko pele mme ba sa iri dio tsa tshwanno tse di diragalang ka mo re tsamaya mo masweng re tsamaya mo di tshileng rona re le ba kolomaki ba ka mo re kolomakang ka mo re le go ra kolomaka mara ga re bone tswelo pele go ntse go na le diboko ke ra gore mo di draining go na le diboko it does why ke tsone tse di ka re tlisetsang bolwetse bo bo tlhagileng bo bo leng teng ka mona mo e leng gore ba re makatsa le rona ga re itse re tlo boetsa yang ya no re khopela thuso go lona ba eta pele gore ke le tlo go bokanya diboko tse di leng ka mo go kolomakega go nna skono re nne mo go healthy re batla bo healthy re leng ka mo re na le moetapele o ile gore ke leader ya rona ke council ya rona ga dumela sepe se diragalang gore se nne straight ka mo for long time hostel ena e tshwanetse gore nkebe lokisitswe ga ya lokisiwa e padile gore e lokisiwe gona yanong re mo kgakgamatso re bo semakaleng ka
le dula le ba bakae
le 4 ka mo di roomong ba bangwa ba wela ba dula ba le 1 ba bang ba nna 2 different families so ra share re kgaogane ka maleme ga re maleme a tshwana o kena kwa ngwe ka mamoso o so o chentile ga a tshwana le mabane ra change re maobu ra change ka mo ga re mo bophelong bo bo right
jalo go bontsha ka re mmusho o atla ka nako ya tshwaetso ya COVID-19 ba yona coronavirus ba le ka gore motlhomongwe ba tsenye letsogo lena maitemogelo a lona go ba maikutlo a lona mafika mafimo
a ba tla ra ba dumella ra ba mogela ka diatla tse pedi ba ke ba tlo re ntsha le rona ka gore le lana re tshwerwe ke bona bolwetse bo ba tla ba tlo butulla ke butuluge go fielwe go nna skono go ba le health ke yona ntwe re batla mmuso ka tla tlo re thusa ka
ra le bogana kwa gago mama. Of course she's saying that the issue of congestion here seems to be neglected at this hostel. I mean, they have actually been trying to raise those concerns, but it looks like all those concerns have been falling on deaf ears. Again, she is a cleaner here, Blaine. She's been working here for over 30 years. And of course, the issue of dustbins being thrown all over, find maggots everywhere. That is a fear she's actually raising to say that amid this COVID-19 outbreak, what about their health? What about everyone else's health? And of course, including children that actually live in this hostel. But let's just try to bring the Gauteng government here to first get some answers, or perhaps before I can actually ask you about this intervention, MEC. I mean, we had one of the elderly citizens here complaining about the issue of service delivery. And these are some of the issues that we have had over and over again. The issue of hostels, are they being given that attention?
Yes, they are. That's why we've got a hostel redevelopment program as the Gauteng provincial government. And this hostel in particular is facing a lot of challenges. As we speak, by yesterday, the city has appointed a contractor to deal with other challenges. The issue of congestion, issue of lack of housing, it's a big issue in our province. We're dealing with big numbers. Every year we've got 300,000 people coming to Gauteng. We've got a housing backlog of 1.2 million people. And that is why what we want to do today is to make sure that the place becomes hygienic. We decontaminate, we help our people with sanitizers, but we also use this opportunity to spread the message that the president has communicated. Social distance, people must stay at home, people must always sanitize or wash their hands and live a healthy lifestyle.
And you're talking about social distancing, MEC, and which is quite interesting. In a place like Alexandra, it's congested. We know the story of Alexandra, all too familiar. Don't you think at some point you failed these people?
Well, I don't know what that means, because government has done so much for Alexandra. Fortunately, I'm born and bred here. I come from here. There are people who have been in Alex for very, very, very long time who can tell you good stories, and equally there are people who will tell you the best stories. So we're not saying government is perfect. Government is not perfect, but to say it has failed, I think it's just falling in the trap of those who are anti-government and anti-progress. We are not saying everything is well in Alex. We know there are challenges, but there's so many things that have been done post-94 by this government. If you go to, there's new settlements like River Park, there's East Bank, West Bank and Far East and many other areas, Tsutsumani, that have been built post-94 by this government. So to say government has failed, I think it's just an attempt to create an impression that we don't care at all, which is not true. And that's why we're here today, because we care.
You're here today. Just tell me about today's program, MEC. I understand that you are here to deliver some sanitizers to the people of Alexandra, about 46,000 households here. Can you just tell me about this program today?
Yeah, well, this is a program that has been initiated by the MEC, the Department of Agriculture in the province, supported by ourselves and the Department of Health. We will see the rollout of this program to other areas, hostels, informal settlements, and especially congested areas, because we want to fight this disease. This is a virus which has got a potential to create a huge crisis, not just for our country, the whole world, and for humanity. So we've got a responsibility as government to do everything we can to utilize all the resources at our disposal, which is what we are doing.
Perhaps one might ask, we know about that confirmed case in Stradla, which is not far from here, 9 people currently under quarantine. The question might be, why today? Why did you decide to really come today? Why was this not done last week or even before the lockdown was in effect?
Well, we have been in our townships all the time. You know, we've got the Alexandra Renewal Project, which was announced by the president previously. We have renewed that program. So we have resources dedicated for Alex. We have said we will decongest this place. We're going to decant it. There's various land parcels that have been identified, not just now, previously. There's townships that have been brought about by a decongestion program in Alexandra, like Deep Sloot, Bramfisher. So it shows we have always been here. It's not for the first time. But the issue is we will not be able to solve all the problems simultaneously. And us being here does not mean that there are no challenges, and there will never be challenges. There will always be challenges. The issue is how do we tackle those challenges, and how do we work with our people to ensure that we move with speed in dealing with these issues, because we've got limited resources and the problems are growing. They're huge. This is why I was saying to you, every year we have 300,000 people coming to Gauteng, and we have to cater for those people when it comes to a whole range of services, including housing, education, health, and all that.
And talking about, a large number of people coming into Gauteng almost every year, MEC, I remember during the hearings, we had these concerns by some residents of Alexandra saying that it seems that when people continue to build in Alexandra illegally, and of course building those illegal structures, building on the pavements, nothing is done. The bylaws are not being put into effect. But as soon as people build in places like your waterfall in Midrand, then police rushed there to actually stop these illegal buildings. Why is that?
Well, look, we've got a lot of eviction orders that we have to execute, and it has nothing to do with where people build illegally or not. We intervene where we're supposed to intervene as government, but that's why we also want members of our society to work with us and to cooperate with law enforcement agencies and to report wrongdoing when it happens, and we don't have to wait for it to take place. So we are, from where we are, doing the best we can as the provincial government, working with the municipalities. It's not easy because you've got people who are actively mobilizing people to do illegal things, to promote lawlessness, and we are fighting that.
Thanks so much for your time. MEC for Human Settlements and Gauteng, Lebogang Maile there, and of course saying that they are doing their best to actually respond to those issues raised by people of Alexandra Blaine. But it remains to be seen really if this is not just about COVID-19. We know these issues have been raised over and over again, and what is going to happen beyond COVID-19 outbreak remains to be seen really.
Yeah, that's the question, Makeketla. Gauteng very much in sharp focus, registering 633 confirmed cases of COVID-19. One death so far, a 79-year-old. So indeed an important initiative there, sanitisation initiative in this area. Makeketla, in Alexandra, thank you very much.